What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me with Buzzing With Marlowe live. I hope all is well. Happy Friday. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, most importantly, subscribe. Hit the notification bell to stay in contact with all our platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn, Tumblr, Snapchat, and many, many more. Just type in Buzzing With Marlowe on all our taglines on social media. If you want to check out my stuff as well, you could type in Warren Marlowe. For Facebook, Instagram. Also check out the American Prodigy off of Instagram and Twitter. All our platforms. And obviously you can check us out on our Facebook group at Buzzing With Marlowe, where you could catch content with all our live stream episodes. You can catch them there. You could also catch just what all the stuff is, what all my guests are doing now and their future plans, their books, all that stuff. You can check it out on that group. We're very active every week. It will show commission talks. It will show ours. It will show everybody's stuff, especially the commission guys. All my past guests, all their future projects. A lot of podcast episodes of a lot of podcasters are on that group also. So highly recommend check those out. But guys, I hope all is well. Happy Friday. It's been a very crazy week for me. Just for my family in general. I want to take a slight little twist back, guys. I want to just say thank y'all for everybody from the post, the tweets, all that stuff. Greatly appreciate it. My family greatly appreciate it. Sadly, this recent Saturday, my father-in-law passed away. It's been a tough thing. But if y'all can, just keep us in your prayers. Keep my wife in your prayers for sure. Keep her family in your prayers, because it's just a very tough thing for them. I know he's looking down, smiling. One true thing about Sam was family. And one thing that I loved this man for so much was because people can relate, when you get into a relationship when you have a child. And then you get into a relationship. It's a lot harder. Sometimes it's harder for the woman to acknowledge it, but it's even more harder for the woman's family to acknowledge it, or son or whatever, to acknowledge it and to open it with open arms. And Sam did that for Matthew, and Sam loved Matthew like he was his grandson. And Matthew's always going to love his papa Sam. And it means the world that at least out of all the passings my son has encountered, he got to say goodbye to him. Him being 10 and us having to tell him that news was kind of devastating. But Sam, we love you and we'll see you again. Guys, I made a short clip just to have in honor of my father-in-law. But guys, I hope y'all enjoy that. And then when we get back, we will resume everything with the normal episode and stuff like that. But I wanted to take acknowledgement and moment just to have a good tribute of my dad, Samuel Tuttle. Hope y'all enjoy. Love you, Dad. All right, guys, we're here. I'm trying to get myself back on the right regime. Guys. All right. Guys, if y'all check the hat, check the merch, check us out on our bonfire shop. Here's a clip for that. I'm gonna try to hopefully get my composure back. All right, guys, y'all can type in the promo code BOZ20 and get 10% off on all your purchases. Also, guys, in October, the new Buzzing with Pink campaign will begin. We will be selling hats, T-shirts, Razorback tank tops, hoodies, long sleeves, obviously with the winter time coming. Fall has upon us. It's still hot right now in Florida, so I'm not really mad. I mean, Florida doesn't really get super, super cold, but hey. Guys, check us out on Bonfire/Buzzing with Marlowe. Type in promo code BUZZ20, you get 10% off. I think right now we got a campaign for bags, hoodies, and T-shirts. Hats right now. So check us out. Get your merch. Greatly appreciate it and everything. And also, guys, for October, though, all the money and proceeds will be going to a breast cancer foundation, awareness foundation. So do that and just check it out. Let me know if you like it, what other designs you like or something like that. Just let me know. The new logo will be announced hopefully by next week. Don't know totally for sure. Still working on it. I'm kind of behind on a couple of things just because of everything that's been going on. But guys, greatly appreciate it. Definitely want to make a good amount, just like how we do it Buzzing Up with Autism. We saved over $500, raised over $500, man. That was a beautiful thing on my end, and just to see and personally thank everybody for that. Also, I want to thank everybody for all the subscribes we've got. We've had over a 40 people subscribe up rate since season 4. So round of applause for that. We are now at 245 subscribers on YouTube. So round of applause for that. We're getting there. We're growing, man. Want to go up, never want to go down. Also, guys, on audio right now, we are doing very well. Spotify has been giving me the great analytics. So thank y'all for all that. And not going to disappoint y'all today, guys. Y'all see, today is going to be a celebration of something that happened last Sunday. This episode is going to be honor to my father-in-law, but also one thing my father loved more than anything was the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, and if everybody don't know, Jacksonville Jaguars had their first blowout win. Let me say it again, win in Jacksonville. So that was a big deal for me to see that happen, especially after what happened. I can just tell you, I know that had to be in a big smile on my father-in-law's face seeing that. Super amazing to see that, and also to celebrate that win. We're going to have my guest today. My guest today is the personal chef for sushi for Mr. Shad Khan. That's right, guys. Shad Khan, the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, guys, I am bringing my good friend, Will Drakus. Will Drakus, sushi phenomenon. I'm telling y'all right now, guys, this guy is one of the top sushi cookers in the business today. And I'm not just saying that because he's my friend. I've been hearing it from other people. I've been hearing it from all this research and stuff like that. And the results don't lie. Will started becoming a sushi chef at the age of 14. 14 years old, guys, working at a restaurant called Kabuki in Fernandina and making a change, because it's not normal for white people to be a sushi chef in a hibachi, in a Japanese restaurant. It's not. And Will broke that barrier, conquered all those things in the past, and he's grown and grown and grown. He went from working at Kabuki to owning his own store, owning his own restaurant. Kind of fell off a little bit, but then went and started working with the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Atlanta Braves, and all these big name events, all this stuff. You're bound to see Mr. Will, the sushi chef, at these events, and one hard worker. I met him, I think I was 22 or 23 years old. 22 years old, actually. Yeah, 22. When I was 22 years old, I just had a baby, had my baby boy, Matthew, and I would go to the gym late at night, and Will would always be getting off of work from Kabuki. So we would go in the gym, we'd meet up. It wasn't necessarily meet up. We just saw each other at the gym every night almost. And it was about the same time every night. And the coolest thing about Will, compared to a lot of people, is, and if anybody sees me at the gym, I apologize if I'm mean. I just don't stop on my workouts to talk to people. That's just how I've always been. I don't try to be mean on it. If after I finish the workout, or if I'm on a break, whatever, I will gladly talk to somebody. I know people tell me, "Oh man, you're pretty mean," like when you're at the gym or something. Like, that is my sanctuary. That's my time to be free. So I go there to work out. That's my alternative. That's not me being mean or anything. That's just how I always am. I've done it really bad when I was wrestling. Luckily, I wore a mask, so you couldn't really say, "Oh man, American Prodigy's a mean person," like blah 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 blah. No, like I really put a lot into my workouts. And just to say something about Will did the same thing. We would, have that 30-second break. We would talk for that 30 seconds, boom, back to the stations, working out constantly. And literally we would talk about 2 to 3 hours, but literally our workout would be done before we'd have that long conversation. We'd go in between sets, talk, whatever, and then, hey, it happens. But other than that, definitely I'm glad to have Will on. We got a lot of stuff to cover, a lot to talk about, how he became associated with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Also, guys, I just received his new sauce. I'm excited about it. Actually, my wife and kids are actually using it right now, eating it, so I can't just present it out, sadly. But it's a great sauce. Just want a quick reminder, guys, this was pre-recorded. Obviously, when you see this, I'm not wearing the tank top that I'll be in right now, but it's going to be a great episode. It was a great chat with him. I mainly did this version just because of my father-in-law. I wanted to definitely present and have showcase onto that, just to have a little clarity for me as well. So, guys, when we come back, the countdown 30 to 1, I will be joined with the sushi chef himself, Will Drakus. And ladies and gentlemen, that countdown starts in 3, 2, 1 right now. Right now. All right, guys, I'm joined with the one and only Mr. Will. Will, how you doing, man?
What's going on, guys? So I'm, I guess, Sushi Will, but everybody knows me as Will Drakus outside of the sushi world. I just wanted to show off my football real quick.
There
My
it is.
NFL
Yeah.
Jaguar football for all you Jaguar fans, and I got the gloves. Look at that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you can find any information on me through Google, just hashtag SushiWill25 or Will Drakus, either one of them. All my info pops up. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, all the above. So it's pretty easy to find. You just type in SushiWill25. It's all there. I literally just use one tag for everything. So I try to keep all my names in one place.
You know what I say? I've learned this saying in wrestling, but I use it for everything. Less is more. So literally, my password, if someone can figure out my password, they'll have my whole identity somehow. Like literally, that's like the only way I remember.
So check this out. The AFC Championship hat. I wore this for you.
Oh man.
But I've got one with Leonard Fournette's signature. I'm friends with Aurelius Ben. I do private sushi for Mr. Khan on the yacht. They're mentoring me and kind of giving me a lot of exciting things. Such as my sauce here. So this is my shrimp sauce. It's the same thing as like Yum Yum sauce, obviously, but better. Yum Yum sauce, you can call it the same thing. But honestly, we're going to be in the stores before you know it.
Absolutely, man. So, Will, you talked a little bit about it, man. So talk about it. So what started you out in the sushi business? How did you get involved in it? And just how you've been able to build it to what it is now.
Well, I mean, originally I started doing it because it was a challenge, honestly. And I made tips and people were kind of like racist against me, realistically. They said a white guy can't roll sushi. So it was kind of pissed me off a little bit. So honestly, I wanted to be like better at it because I didn't want people to be disrespectful towards me. If I do something, I do it 100%. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. So, I already started in it. I loved cutting the fish. I loved handling knives. I've always loved knives since I was a kid. I've always learned to sharpen them. I collect them. So it was just a no-brainer. I started a Kabuki Japanese steakhouse here on Amelia Island when I was literally 14 years old. My parents had to sign a paper saying I can work just so I can go there. And I worked every single day. Within about 6 months, they started training me because one of their people got deported to China, believe it or not. And because of that, I had the opportunity to go up there and work and try to learn. And, I can't say I learned the right way from the first chef, but I did learn a lot from him and it gave me the passion to want to do it. And there, 12 years straight.
Yeah.
Day of work there ever. The only days I ever took off during the time I was a sushi chef or the actual sushi, like head chef, whatever you want to call it, were the days my kids were born. That was it. Other than that, there every single day. So a lot of people got to see me and have my food. And, a lot of the reason why I'm good is because I was there by myself a lot. My boss was kind of cheap. he just didn't want to pay anybody. So I got stuck making the whole restaurant's worth of sushi. And of course, I want everybody to be like happy because they tip me whenever they're happy.
Yeah.
I made all these different flavors for all these different years. So it helped me broaden my horizons and my taste buds. And that's, and also my speed, because I'm faster than most sushi chefs. I've watched the record sushi chef, and I know I could destroy him. He's slow. And not only that, it looks like crap too. So point is like, I put a lot into it. When I do something, I go all the way. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't, what things, I was homeschooled my whole life. I'm from a family of 11. And because of homeschooling, I had more time to focus on what I wanted to focus on. I didn't have to deal with all the BS in school, fortunately. But, I'd say about 2000, I think it was 2013 is when I tried to open my first restaurant, and didn't work out. Obviously I built it. I literally built the restaurant with the construction people, built the whole restaurant right over next to Harris Teeter, Amelia Sushi.
Yeah, I remember you were telling me about that. Yeah.
I realized I couldn't work with these people, like the people that, invested. I just couldn't get along with his wife. It was just horrible. I was depressed. I was irritated. I was like, I can't do this. So I just decided that was going to be, I was done. I was like, I don't want to do sushi anymore. I was like, I'm done with sushi. And then about a year into it, I got an offer to go up to Charlotte, North Carolina. And I worked in a place called Baku. And then I met somebody who was better than me. So I was like, oh, well, this sucks. I can't have somebody better than me. So, of course, that really sushi. And then after that, the Jaguars called me. And, Jaguars, and started mentoring under Sean Kinoshita. And I mentored for 5 years. And he kind of, just gave me the keys to the castle and taught me everything I needed to know about doing large quantities of sushi. We're doing unreal amounts of sushi for the Jaguar Stadium. It's just unreal. Yeah. So, of course, he had to teach me everything that I need to know. He wasn't the sushi chef type, but he was a strategy type. So I was able
kind of like to teach you more of the quantity more than anything.
Exactly. So, after working with him, we traveled all over the country. I did the Lightning Stadium. We did equestrian events down in Wellington. We did Buffalo, New York. We went up to the Buffalo Stadium. We did. I took care of Taylor Swift's manager. I still am. Where else did I go? Tokyo. I did Tokyo. Atlanta Braves.
Memory. Yeah.
I was on the Jumbotron multiple times. That's not even a quarter of all the events, but those are some of the bigger ones. And of course, PGA, I do that. I just literally just picked up East Lake Golf Club, for the tour championship. I also do Sawgrass events here in Jacksonville. I just do what people like, and I do it right.
Right.
Down to, and then in the rest of my time, I'm doing stuff like this, like my sauce, OG shrimp sauce. I don't sleep much. I got too many things in my head that have to happen. And, along the way, I've made a lot of really great friends. I have a couple of friends that are, I would say probably, I don't know, they're just so influential to me to see them work the way they work. And it makes me want to work even harder. It gives me a drive to see how hard other people are working, and what they had to do to get to the top. It's not an easy thing. Once you commit, and you start getting the opportunities, you can't drop the ball. It's like when you're playing football. You drop that ball and you're almost to the goal line. You're fumbled, and then next thing you know, you lost the game. So I've got the ball.
You're off the team. You're basically off the team next.
I'm not going to drop it either. They have to pry from my cold, dead hands if they're going to get that ball.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I just love how you talk about, like, I remember when you told me about the North Carolina ordeal, and I remember when you said something about the restaurant when we first connected back. And like I said, man, like, it's crazy. Like, when we would literally meet up at the gym, like, at the same time. You were just getting off of work from Kabuki. I was literally just a night owl. Like, I legit always would go work out late at night. Like, that's just something I have always been weird with. Like, late night workouts are so much easier for me because I don't feel like, okay, there's a lot of distraction. And I remember, and I loved running into you at the gym was because we would work out, still talk, work out, but it's not like we would like stop to talk and then work out. Like it was literally we would do like that 30-second break, talk about something, then walk right back over to the bench, or you be doing the dumbbells. Like it was like you still were on the go with it. And
did I? I mean, I would rotate back and forth just like you did. Not a lot of people did that.
no, like, and that's one thing I said. Like it's crazy, like how everything is now with both of us. Like you have became a sensation from something that you wanted just to prove somebody that you could do. And now you're striving for more. Now you're striving for basically all around. Like you really have proven something that not only are you Sean Khan's personal sushi chef, you were, like you just said, you were on the PGA tour. You were at the Atlanta Braves Jumbotron, stuff like that. The World Series champions. I mean, like literally, like how much you have grown just from the time that we talked on that visit. Like I remember I was going on a downward spiral at first because, like I said, like I was 23 years old when we met. I had a girlfriend that was pregnant and she craved kabuki all the time. We didn't eat sushi, but we had kabuki every single day.
I'll tell you what, the fact that I'm getting events like the F1, we're talking 1,400 people a day, that's crazy. We're also, I mean, the things that we're doing, the NBC golf people want me to open 3 restaurants. Having it back me up, you're basically talking about free promotions all the time. They're going to promote me because it's in their best interest. I mean, there's just so many opportunities in the front of me. And a lot of these things didn't happen because of how hard I work, but it's how I treat people.
Right.
How you work the hardest, best. But if you don't treat people right and you don't make the right connections along the way, you won't ever get it. I've got a good friend named Chef Nick Barrington. He's the president of the ACF, which is a very big deal in the chef world. And he's one of my big connections. He says, "Hey, Will's ready to do this event." Bam, I'm there. Just like that. He mentored under Arnold Palmer, like the golf guy. That was his friend. Like that was his friend. Their kids grew up together, and it's just unreal. Like to have the access and the knowledge of the past. It's super important. Understanding history is understanding the future. Period.
Yep, I agree with you. I love how you talk about that because I gotta know. So, like, what was some of the funnest moments with, like, what was your personal, like, your moments where you literally just look back, like you could just sit back and look and go, like, wow, I did this.
Number 1 is Tokyo.
I was about to ask you about the Tokyo one. Like, I know that had to be like number 1 on your bucket list.
I still dream about being there. Like the Japanese government officials, they had like agents assigned to me to follow me around. That was their job because it was during COVID. And the agents are telling me they want me to open a sushi restaurant in Japan. So I probably will do it. No joke. I'll probably have an American style sushi restaurant in Japan. And the Japanese were going crazy for my sushi. I was like a celebrity over there. Everybody was like screaming and hollering when they this is strange. Because I'm a white sushi chef. I stand up. Here, you look at Morimoto. I worked with Morimoto. I was not impressed at all. I did not like his food. Himself, he's great at what he does. But as a leader, he's not a great leader. And I'll say that out loud.
Right.
His people were burning the rice, undercooking the rice. And it pissed me off because I have so much respect for the art. He's a different kind of chef. He capitalized on sushi because he knows sushi is popular. He is not a chef. He's a regular chef. So when you're only a sushi chef like I am, I mean, I could cook anything, but I focus on sushi because that's what I love to do.
So he sounds like he's like one of those trend cooks. Like it's literally like the it factor. Like he'll cook it because it's like that flavor of the month.
He was on Iron Chef America and Iron Chef Japan, and I watched every one of his Iron Chef Japan and Iron Chef America. I feel like he's a great chef. He's really great at cooking, but he's not an expert sushi chef. And now he comes into America as this big Asian name and pretends to be an expert sushi chef after working under Nobu. And easily blown up because he's so different than us. You know, he's Japanese. He stands out from the crowd. That's why going to Japan would be a good deal for me, because I stand out from the crowd. I'm different than everybody else, and I'm good at what I do. So marketing wise, it would make sense for me.
Yeah. So were you strictly all business in Tokyo, or did you at least get to go around and stuff like that? Like you just said, it was at a COVID era. So like, how was that just basically like that? Because I know with COVID and stuff like that, that had to be kind of crazy.
We were like, okay, so there's like level D, there's level C, level B, and level A. We were level B, so we can pretty much go anywhere. Level A is the people that are in the actual games. We literally can go backstage right there where they're at, but there's a fence between us and the Olympians. We got to go and enjoy like the most beautiful scenes you can imagine. There were so many people around the world that wished they could have been there, and I was there. I got to experience the sunsets. I got to watch the games, and my favorite was the bouldering. I got to meet an assassin while I was there, literally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was there. He was there as a bodyguard, but he was also an assassin. No joke, dude. The guy killed like 50 people or some crazy shit. I was like, oh my God. The place you run into the craziest people. The crazy, the funniest people were the Aussies. Australian people, man, they made me laugh. They make fun of American accents so hard over there. I mean, they call cilantro coriander over there. So they're just different. And I learned a little bit of Japanese while I was there. My favorite thing, all in all, was working with the Japanese. Understanding how much they respect everything they touch. That's why I don't like Marco, because he doesn't do that. So
see, I love how you said that, because I had a friend that was stationed out in Japan, and he told me he could literally go to McDonald's and not feel like it was crap.
They'll take your jacket. The McDonald's, they have a suit and tie to greet you at the door, take your jacket, take your hat, and bring you to the place to where you need to wait in line. They're amazing. I mean, unbelievable. There was not a bite that I had there that wasn't 100 times better than the food we eat here in America. Not just the taste, but the quality.
Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? Because how much the resources and stuff we have now, like, you would think we'd be so much more upgraded than anything, but it's the thing is, backwards.
Feed. Listen, they have less people to feed, so they don't have to use as much artificial food like we do.
Yeah.
So here we need to feed more people. We don't want to see people starve, so the FDA lets things go, and we are able to do things that other people don't want to do. That's why I order all my stuff from Japan for sushi. Everything. Everything I get comes from Tokyo, or comes from the Toyosa Fish Market. And and that's where I was staying. I was staying in Ariake Bay, right next to the Toyosa Fish Market, on the very top floor, 27th floor. I had a fucking beautiful place. It was amazing. I only spent like 3 hours a night in there, though. I was sleeping on the subway just so I could see Japan. I was sleeping on the subway.
Okay, I was about to say, you had to be like a little kid in a candy store when you got to Japan and stuff like that. So talk about actually, we're gonna go back. We're gonna take a quick little commercial break, and then when we come back, I do want to talk about like how you got that gig with Japan and the feeling and stuff like that. So please wait a little bit, guys. I know everybody's excited to keep hearing more about this, but we got to do the commercial break. But after that, we will be joined back, and this has been great. I'll be back in a sec, man. Thank you.
people to keep them happy. And I have to miss my children now so that they can not be pulled out of the school they're in. So they, you know what I mean? It's hard. It is definitely,
Trust me.
it is a hard circumstance, and I relate to you. And you're like, hey, I don't get to drop my kid off at school and stuff. Yeah, I trust me. I understand.
It hits me like my last visit with Matthew, bro. People look at me crazy when I tell them like I get him 5 times out of a year, and with him being special needs and stuff, it's even tougher. But like because it's just like, man, it hurts so bad because it's like. I sit there and resent myself at times because I'm sitting there like, did I do something wrong? Did I do something this? Because now Matthew's at this age where he's understanding this stuff. He's going to school and he's looking at me going, Daddy, why do I have 2 mommies? Why do I have 2 daddies? And it's just like, I can't answer it. And I never want to tell him the reason why we're apart. And that's one hard pill for me because I love that woman to death in that other room because she's put up with a lot of stuff with me from the wrestling time. I mean, she is a trophy wife right now. Like, I should not be married at all because I refused it for the longest time. And I remember actually her first match, bro, believe it or not, was when we wrestled at Stampede.
That was it. Oh,
that was the first time. And that was Matthew's first one, too. That was Matthew's first one. My dad's and my wife's first one to ever see live. Gotcha. And like, it's just crazy, like how much everything has changed because I used to be.
I nearly lost it last night. I was like, "Yo, calm down. Just call him directly and tell him this."
Hey, yo, when he
Travis tried to take me with him too.
When he sent the voice clip back over, he was like, "Man, get your ass back here." Hey, yo, I was dying laughing, man. It was so funny. It was so funny, man. And I was like, "All right, man, I'm back here, man," because he was just like, "That's what my man who was proposing to be my man said." Hey, yo, send me your number, man. I got locked out, blah, blah, blah. Trying to get the code. And I was like, oh, shit. That's key words right there.
Said, not again,
not again, bro.
I'm over here, like, yo, I'm over here trying to hold my anger so hard. So when I hit the record button, I'm like, yo, Trey, you know the fucking it's me right there. Like, God damn it. Like, why can't you do that? Like, so right after I said that, man, I called him right the fuck away. I was like, yo, you know it's me that's asking you about this fucking question. So, you know what happened.
That joke had me die.
All right, we are back. All right, sorry about that. But all right, well, so I do want to talk about that. So how did the Japan gig and everything of that happen? Like that's got to be one of the coolest
28 things. 28 days.
Yeah.
And every single day, I did not get one day off the entire time. They told us when we landed, you're like the Green Berets. We're dropping you off in the desert. This is what you got. Make it work.
Yep.
And so, it was a pretty brutal thing. Like it was so hardcore. I was on my feet 18 to 20 hours a day, cutting 3,000 pounds of fish every 2 days. They were bringing so much fish, I didn't even know what to do with it. My skill set grew to a level of, I can't even fathom it. I don't even know how I even it's just unbelievable. I can cut fish on like a maniac. If you look at my YouTube channel, it's Sushi Will Videos on YouTube. You can get an idea of how I cut fish. Obviously I need some subscribers too, just so you're saying, subscribe. And we're going to be
The
doing
links will be
sushi.
below, guys. The links will be below.
And we're literally going to be doing actual how-to videos, like how to make a California roll, all that good stuff. So, I just love the fact that I got to experience it. Something you said earlier really, like, I know this is kind of off subject, but it really got to me. Like, you and I were literally talking about these things that I'm doing, and literally the things you're doing. And it's crazy that we're literally here talking about it again, but in front of all these people. It's unreal that we because I literally just in the gym talking about what we want to do and like how we're going to make it happen. And it just seemed kind of unreal at that time. Both of us are really optimistic, and that's part of what it takes is optimism. But dude, I made it to Japan. A white guy. They brought a white guy to come do sushi in Japan for 28 days for all of NBC, for the entire in Tokyo Tower, or not Tokyo Tower, in Tokyo Big Sight. Tokyo's Big Sight is like an upside down building. We were in the NBC, in the IBC. The IBC is the name of it. So it's the International Broadcasting Center. I met every newscast that was there, every one of them, and I know all of them. I've got their phone numbers. So it's like, holy crap.
Isn't that crazy now? How much that network has grown just from just these things,
just
and it's just like you just literally just elevating yourself. It's like a video game. Like you just keep advancing up, and you build. It's like I would say, a video game. Like literally, you build up and you build more smart. And you become wiser each level.
Exactly.
But it also challenges you. Like how you just said, you went from working kabuki, you went to working kabuki for such a long time, then almost owning your own restaurant, literally did not like what was going on. It almost burned you out. Then you went back to North Carolina, got your passion back to want to do this, and now got you to go work with the Jaguars, got you to go work in Japan, like got you to do all these crazy things just from you just not saying
I just got
no.
my company, Han Sushi Catering. I don't talk about it too loud because we're a little pricey, but we got hired to do the F1 event in Austin, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, they're hiring my company to come out there and cater for Sports Illustrated.
Yep.
That's huge. You know how many celebrities are going to be in there? I've met so many celebrities. I've met Goldberg. That's probably one of your heroes. Dude, I've watched the entire wrestling thing get built at the Jaguars. Tony Khan and all of his friends. I know all those guys. It's crazy to imagine I'm on a name-to-name basis with celebrities, but I don't try to get pictures with every celebrity. I don't go to them and treat them.
You are literally just like me, man. I get so much crap from my family all the time. Like all the people I know, like, why don't I do pictures and stuff? I'm like, think of it this way.
You can't.
If I want to work with them, I got to treat it like it's a regular employee or something like that. And I have a lot of contacts, a lot of people, and I've aired it out on this podcast sometimes, but I literally am very careful who I say that I know and what networks I got.
If you treat them like that, they're not going to put you in there.
Exactly.
Get that guy out of there. So
exactly.
This day right here. See, this is a thermos that was made for me by my mentor. And you know what it says on the back, right? It says the Rice Man.
Oh, the Rice Man, yeah.
My rice is the fucking bomb. So the day I earned this was the day I gained the knowledge to be able to do large quantities of sushi on my own. Now, the Jaguars gifted me this one. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but if you look a little close.
Nice. Look at that. Yeah.
It says Jacksonville Jaguars. No matter where I go, I will always put them first because Mr. Khan has done so much for me. All the Jaguars. I mean, dude, I get unlimited tickets to Daly's Place and football for everybody. I give out tickets so much, it's ridiculous. And the way they treat me, they treat me like family. I walk in the office. I can go into the back office. I can go into where the players are. There's no place in that stadium I can't go. I'm going to get the entire kitchen that they're building. They're building a brand new kitchen. That's something I can't talk about. They're building a brand new team dining kitchen right now. And that's my kitchen. It's crazy.
That's insane, man. Like,
the way I got that deal, just so you guys know, I have to do all the fundraising events. Not only that, I have to provide them with their own sauce for free. But I
Talk
get
about
back.
that. Talk about that sauce. Talk about it.
So this sauce right here, all the players literally eat this sauce 3 or 4 times a week. They put it almost on everything, dude. They put it on so many things. It's on the table in team dining at the Jacksonville Jaguars. They love this sauce. So what I do is I trade them the sauce for the contract, so to say. You know, not just the sauce, but sushi. Whenever there's for the Jacksonville Jaguar Foundation. Now I do get back something I can claim on my taxes. You know, so I'm donating my time and my services. I'm donating my sauce. So they're not paying me cash money, but I am still getting that money back.
You're getting, yeah.
So
yeah.
They treat me really well. This football is a real football that's been in the dang football game. This is one of the balls that were in a football game. And they gave this to me, and Mr. Khan's going to sign this for my son. It's crazy. Patrick from Dreamfinders Home Builders, he's a billionaire now. He wasn't when I met him, but he is part of why I got here. Whenever I needed help, he's like, Will,
shout out to Patrick.
Here's 10 grand. Patrick, you know, from Dreamfinders, the owner, he'll make sure, of course, I have to pay him back within 30 days after the event. But whenever a big event comes up and he says, you know, I want you to do this event, he says, here's the money you need to make it happen. Because my credit's crap right now. It's getting better now, but it was crap when I started this whole thing. Can you bring my PGA? Oh, wrong person. I'm on the podcast right now. Sorry. So, no, the point is like these people are really good to me. The PGA happened because Patrick from Dreamfinders put me in his chalet for the TPC, and they got to see what I was made of without Delaware North being tied to me. That was when I ended up quitting, or not quitting. It was a mutual thing, but Delaware North and I parted ways during COVID. They were like, we're going to cut the sushi program. If you want to be a normal chef and just cook and manage, we're okay with that. I said, no, that's not what I want. So we parted ways. And that's the day I basically decided to be out here on my own and do my own company. And Patrick backed me up. That's why I was able to do that. I said,
I want to talk a little bit about that. So how was that transition at first? Was it kind of like you felt lost at first, man, or were you ready to go?
I wasn't lost, but I didn't have enough capital to keep everything moving. I had to buy all new equipment. I had so much things. So every dollar I make up until, 6 months ago went back into the company for equipment. I didn't have enough capital. I took $10,000. I was living in Atlanta, Georgia, doing the Braves Stadium and the Jaguar Stadium. I would drive down after a homestand or in the middle of a homestand, do a Jaguar game, sleep for an hour, drive back to Atlanta, do another game, and then pass the F out. So it was like I was going off of like 1 hour of sleep. I was driving all that way, and it was tough. It was a really tough thing. But the reason I did that is because I wanted the Jaguars to know that I'm there and I've got your back, because I knew they had my back, because they're good people. They're really good people. And, I'm grateful that I decided to do that. It was a big deal. And now I'm working with the Jaguar Foundation, and I'm donating my time and all that good stuff. Of course, I get my money back in taxes, but at the end of the day, they're, going to help me with this. They already did help me with this. It's just,
so let's talk about that sauce. Talk about that sauce. So I literally love hibachi and stuff like that. And obviously the number one thing that people get at hibachi restaurants, I'm pretty sure everyone is going to agree, is the shrimp sauce. So
for sure.
What is different with your sauce compared to the average shrimp sauce?
I'll tell you, there's a guy named Marty that I started working with when I was 14. He had the original recipe for shrimp sauce. It was always called shrimp sauce originally. His recipe was invented in the 1970s. He gave me this recipe because he didn't want to make it anymore. He's like, here, I don't want to do this anymore. He was the head chef. So I said, okay, I talked this back in 2005. I told Steve, I was like, I want to put this stuff in a bottle. I was like, we should do it. He's like, oh, no, it's too much money. Can't do that. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I blew it off and I forgot about it for years on end. And I still made my own sauce for the players. I made my own sauce for all my events. And I'm like, dude, I'm making this sauce. Why don't I just come up with a formula that I could put in a bottle? Now, this one, our sauce is vegan and gluten-free. But we're starting in this market because it already puts whatever's on the market to shame. So this sauce right here, just because it's vegan and gluten-free doesn't mean it doesn't taste great. We use a sunflower oil base. We use liquid margarine. We use sugars and all that good stuff. But it tastes just like the regular shrimp sauce. The only difference is the consistency. It sticks straight to your food. It's crazy.
Right.
It's unbelievable that we got this sauce the way we did. It took me 12 tries sending it back and forth to the labs. I had to do it 12 times. And on top of that, I was planning to go to Tokyo. So in the middle of me making all this sauce, I was planning to go to Tokyo. So I'm over here like freaking out about all this paperwork I got to do, you know, all these tests I got to go through, all these background checks and all this craziness, and then still find time to make this sauce. And literally the day I was getting on the airplane, they called me and told me I sent them the one that was going to work, because you have to have the right pH level. I was in the airport when they called me and told me. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, what the heck? So anyways, I got back and we made our first batch. It took another almost 8 months because we didn't have the cash to do it. You know, it cost me roughly about 70 grand. I had to build the company and make the sauce, about 70 grand. And, you know, it's not a cheap thing to do. And I still haven't made my money back, but I will make my money back because it's a good sauce and everybody will use it. I guarantee it. Like at the PGA event, everybody was just smashing this stuff. I mean, they were loving it.
Did you get to take that sauce to Tokyo and stuff like that?
So in Tokyo, the sauce wasn't bottled yet. The label alone took me a month and a half to design this label. So this actual, like, you see the design is kind of like diamonds and the background is kind of faded. That's actually the Tokyo, like the flag, the back of the Tokyo flag while we were there for the Olympics. That's what that was. That's where I got the idea from. So none of that was created yet. We still had to get all the guns, all these things that you're required to have before we could even produce the sauce, including the label. And the label had to be approved by the FDA. So unlike the pink sauce, little craziness, that girl making it in her kitchen and blowing up bottles through the mail, ours is done right. Period. Yeah. We do it right. We aren't going to be like making something that's not going to be done up to par. I mean, if I'm a food safety manager, I'm a member of the ACF. I can't put my name on the line like that for anything. Not even myself. You know, quality, health, and consistency. That's everything. So
that's the number one thing you need in a food business.
And a lot of people don't do that anymore because they're hiring all these temp people that don't know anything about food. The people like me, like myself, are real chefs are just backing the hell out. They're like, we can't do this anymore. We just can't do it. There's not enough. People aren't respecting and paying chefs what they're worth. You know, they're just not paying them what they're worth, and that's sad. So I pay my people what they're worth. Most of the time, I'm giving my chefs, my sushi chefs, I give them $500 a day, but we work 16 hours. Yeah. So, you know, it comes out to a pretty decent wage, but the fact is I'm paying them what they deserve, you know, and I feel that that's something.
I mean, that's not bad to make in one day. In one day,
1 week,
you can make $1,000. You can make $1,000 in 2 days. I don't know that many places you can do that.
Well, they're also sushi chefs. So
exactly.
Sushi chefs we're rare. We're not like, I'm not hiring somebody who doesn't know how to do sushi and then paying them $500 a day. Those people, I still pay them good, but I don't pay them $500 a day.
So I want to know, so like, do you like, say like if somebody hasn't had experience with sushi or anything, do you kind of recommend them to go to a sushi school and stuff like that? I remember we talked about that a long time ago, how you got into it and stuff like that.
If you're a white guy, there's really no sushi school for you.
Right.
Unfortunately, there just isn't. What I do is I test people out for a few minutes and see where they're at and see if they're even worth training. And then I give them an opportunity to want to work with me. If they want to work with me and learn, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine too. We'll find somebody else. You know, it's not, you know, I obviously have time to teach people, and I do plan on opening a spot for sushi classes. I've already got all the equipment. I've already done sushi classes privately in people's homes. And I mean, they turned out great. They're really fun. Yeah. I'm very direct about it, but you know, I wouldn't say I'm a very nice teacher, but I'm funny.
I love it. I love it. I'm not a nice teacher, but I'm funny. That's all you need. You need to have a couple of laughs. If you get upset, hey, I'll make you laugh. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, well, I make fun of what they're doing because it sucks so bad. But
that's like saying a chef, like if you go to like a regular restaurant, say like a Chili's or something like that, and you literally just like, this looks absolutely terrible. It's just because you're so used to a very good, well-cooked meal. Not
consistency.
Not looks fancy, but it looks like you just cooked it in a microwave.
Well, I haven't eaten in Chili's in like 10 years, so I don't even know what they taste like.
Oh, my son obsessed with that
I'll
place.
cook at home before I do anything like that. That's crazy.
Exactly. Like we usually don't even eat out unless like my son comes over. Like that's like his number one thing. He wants to go to
Think about it
Chili's.
for a minute. When I cut a salmon, I get a whole salmon in. If I only sell half that salmon, it's all the rest.
You still got, you got a meal. Yeah, that's like how I used to work at Firehouse. Like some of us used to make the wrong subs just so we have meals for later on.
Well, I mean, I don't want my fish to go to waste, so
exactly, yeah.
If I have too much, I give it away to family already cooked. Just say, here's some food.
Isn't that the craziest thing about restaurants? Like how much you have to get rid of.
Well, they throw
based off of a day and stuff like that. Like that's insane to me.
Once I got the money, this is the next kind of thing I want to support. So if you look at Germany, they have a program. So there's 3 trash cans in Germany. You have your paper trash that you could burn. This is also in Japan. You have your plastic and cans and all that kind of stuff that you could recycle, and then you have your food waste. I'm friends with the person in Atlanta. Actually, I started a program for Delaware North in Atlanta it was a food waste program. What we did, my job was to make sure that everybody put the food in one spot, make sure they didn't mix in plastics and all that, but they make soil out of it in less than 10 days. We're talking about fertile soil. And we don't even have that all over the country yet, but in Germany and Japan, they do. One day I'm going to be a part of building that because I know the right people to make it happen. Now, the people aren't motivated enough. They just don't feel like their money is there, which
everybody needs a handout out here now. That's the sad part.
No, this guy works his ass off. He works hard. He owns a business. He's making great money, but he doesn't want to go too far. And his name is Todd. The company, what was the name of that company? I'll have to look it up. But the point is the guy is great. He does a lot of good things for the planet, but he doesn't want to move out of his comfort zone. People got to learn to move out of their comfort zones to help the world grow into a better place. You know, that's ultimately what I've been trying to do. Get into a position where I can actually help people around. And say I become a millionaire, I might decide I want to help start the food waste program down here because I hate seeing food go in the trash. It just bothers me. You know, and
I agree with you on that. Especially how much groceries are and stuff nowadays, and it's like how much we waste in general and stuff. Like it's insane to me. Like everybody complains about how much prices in groceries has gone, but people still will buy a $30 steak and still waste half of it. It's just ridiculous.
Because people think they can't eat leftovers. So you know what it is what you should be doing with the excess food is finding people that are hungry and feeding them. But the problem is they'll sue you. So it's like, okay, that puts you in a bad position. So now you can't even feed the homeless people because they'll sue you.
Can't do a good deed anymore.
So that's, the actual fight there. And really the only way around that is to make compost. And if they can get it down to a science like that, then we need to create more gardens within our communities where people, public gardens, maybe something like that.
Right.
It's just a long process, and you can only take one step at a time. And right now I'm building my kingdom and my big thing first, but eventually I'll get involved in politics. So that's what I'm getting at. So this obviously is like, this right here will make it to where I can do the things I need to do to help other people. Because, if we get it, my goal is to get into every grocery store that I can, every single grocery store in this country. Yeah. And, if I sell 10 bottles a day in each 10 bottles a day in each county, or 5 bottles a day, even 1 bottle a day. All the counties there, I think there's like 3,000 something counties in just the Southeast. I mean, 3,000 times.
That means somebody's betting on you. That's a good thing. It means someone's betting on you. That's like how I am with this podcast. Like I just praised about being on Pandora. Like that's been a very hard process. Like
76 platforms. What the heck?
People want to hear my mouth out of all people. That's still the craziest thing. Like I know we talk about like how I was and how you were at the gym. Like at that time, I was just getting in pro wrestling. Like at that time, I was just starting out, getting in there. I was working out, getting myself prepared for it. Like my goal was to go higher up and degrees and stuff like that. That kind of like deteriorated a little bit on that. But for me to do this part, this is so much more, I would say, embracing to me, just because I get to have conversations. And like I've always been this type of person that always wants to be kind of like a role model type. And
Same here. Yeah, same here.
so my biggest thing is, like, if I was a millionaire, I told people all the time, like, I would have been endorsing into a boys and girls club, something to help the youth more than anything. Like, as much as I did not believe I was going to be a father, I always
I remember
wanted
that.
kids. I've always wanted to be a father because I love kids. I mean, these people are literally what's going to build the future of this world and stuff like that, and
We
stuff
have
that
to
we've
pass the
already
torch on.
had.
That's how it is. That's what the
Exactly.
Olympics is about. Passing the torch on to the next generation. That's what the Olympics is about.
So
Literally.
I want to know. So we're going to do 5 rapid questions. All right. So
All right, I'm ready.
out of all the achievements that you have done, what was the hardest task that you had to deal with?
Becoming a better father.
Becoming a better father.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was the hardest. That was
All right.
definitely the most difficult.
Yeah.
Second, proving myself to the corporate people that I could do my own thing, and I could better assist them than these other corporate companies. Like, these companies have been around for 100 years, and they're doing such a shitty job. And I'm showing that it can be done right. It's not just because you have a bunch of shitty people. It's because you have a shitty leader. And I showed them that. The next hardest was proving to the community, the Asian community, that I can cut fish and I can be a sushi chef, because they didn't believe I could, because I'm a white guy.
No, that's saying, man, can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, that's true. The next hardest would be figuring out how to use a computer, because I never used a computer until 2019.
You and me both. You and me both.
I mean, now I'm a fucking expert with a computer. I could kick that ass on computers. What else was it? What's another one? One more. Letting go of having to have somebody around, because I'm single. It was hard to be. I really got depressed whenever my first one, the mother of my children left. That hurt me like deep.
Remember you.
And then after that, I fell in love with another woman. Her name was Aubrey. I still love her, but I had to let her go, because it was hurting us, both of us. It was bad for both of us because she wasn't happy. I was fine. I'm the same always, but she wasn't happy. So I had to let her go. And that was hard. Just learning not to have feelings, I guess you would say. Learning to let that shit go.
Yeah. I get in trouble usually because I have no expression. Like, my wife talks about that a lot. My wife talks about that adamantly. I don't know if it's my age. It's just like I've been raised like that for a long time. Like, I came from a military background. My dad is, if anybody knows my dad is literally one of those typical military guys that like to just make little derogatory jokes all the time. And it literally got to the point to where you could say something bad about me. I just look at it and say, hey, that was a good one. Or, okay, next. Like, people would not even want to make fun of me anymore because literally I just would not show a reaction. And it's gotten too crazy, like, where my wife, I think the only time I got really shocked on something, and she still says it wasn't even that big of an expression, was when she surprised me with WrestleMania tickets. And I was shocked. I thought I was shocked. I was excited, but it did not look like it, just because that's just how I am. Like, that's just my reaction. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, this is cool. But now my face is lighting up or stuff like that. And she's like, are you kidding me right now? You're going to WrestleMania. I'm not hearing you cry. None of that. I'm like, what do you want from me? Like, I'm just not that type of person. I cannot be that way.
As you get older, you have to be more hardened as a man, and that's all that is.
Exactly. Like, I tell people, I could come out here and tell you exactly.
Is letting it go of your feelings to help other people. Remembering that you're not the only one here. You got to put and I had to go through anger management and all these training classes in Delaware North to get through this. But the fact is, one of the programs I went through is called workforce management training. These programs teach you how to better control your emotions so you can become a better, stronger leader. And you are hardening yourself so you could be a better leader. You do feel the emotion inside. So do I. But you can't let it out like that.
It just
You
doesn't
can't
show
get
right.
crazy like that. I did want to say this, bro. We both still wear tank tops every day. That's some crazy shit.
I was waiting so anxiously, man. Like I was promoting Bonfire for so long. I was
I
like,
want
a tank top. I was like, I've been freezing. I was emailing them like, hey, man, I need tank tops made.
Well,
like,
I need one of your tank tops. So
hey, I'll give you the shot. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. They're comfy too, and like they're really. I was so excited. Like I got 3 different ones now because everybody's like, "Dad, go, man! You just rock tank tops all the time." I was like,
"You're gonna have to help me set up my brand deals with my hats and shit." You know what I mean? And my shirts, and my chef codes.
Yeah, man.
Talk about that. You know, that's something I'm not 100% good at yet. Now
that's what helps these podcasts too, man.
So when I did the PGA just now, this knife right here, Tiger Woods inside here, on this knife they gave to me, and it has my name engraved on it. You know, my celebrity name or whatever, because they left one letter off on purpose. But this right here was gifted to me after PGA the Tour Championship just now. So the fact that I got a gift like that.
That's another question. So out of all the achievements that you've done, which one is the most one that you will always look back and go, you know what? I made it. Yeah.
I would say definitely Tokyo by far. I mean, Tokyo's at the very top because I was in a brand new country, green as hell, never been out of the country. I've never been out of the country. I just got my passport for that event. You know, I came there not knowing what I was up against, and I didn't know I was getting thrown into the fire. Second most, I guess the second biggest achievement would have to be East Lake Golf Club. This is my second year doing it. Last year, we did a raw bar and sushi bar. Talk about getting murdered. I mean, dude, there's guest chefs there every day. We're talking about well-known guest chefs. Nobody touches their food. They come for our food every time. And they come and they pile their plates full. And we can't run out. That's the job. That's part of it. We get paid the amount of money we get paid, so we don't run out. And that's the job. He knows we won't, because I won't let it happen. If I have to stay there 24 hours, we will not run out of food. That's point blank period. I won't let it happen. But these other chefs, they don't care. They'll let it run out. They'll whatever. And these are chefs that are on Top Chef. I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to put them out there like that. These are chefs that are on TV and all this craziness, but they can't even keep up with the crowd. You know, it's just like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like,
I've seen so much of that in wrestling, and you know, sometimes I look at it and I'm like, you know, I'm not as big as them and stuff like that, but I would show so much more effort into fans and stuff like that. And what do you mean?
What is the league that Tony Khan started? What is that league called? I bet you I can get you in there.
What was going on?
I mean, it's really? Yeah, it's fake, but you get a lot of money.
There you go.
It is what it is. It's not.
I actually got a friend that's wrestling. I actually got a friend that is he's actually wrestling on one of their shows on Dark. Oh, this is his second time wrestling.
You should do it, man. It'd be fun. You should do it.
I don't know, man. Wrestling's kind of out of my genre.
You're performing. It's a performance. It's like moving.
It's not always.
But after you hit 35, you're not gonna want to get hit anymore.
There's some of them that just want you to just lay it in. I'm like, I don't think you want that one.
I have to watch some of your matches, man. I'm gonna have to watch some of your matches to see how good you are.
Hey,
I used to wrestle too. I used to do jiu-jitsu. I was really good at jiu-jitsu.
I remember we used to talk about that. Go. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. We never got to wrestle. We talked about it. We'll have to do it sometime. I'm sure you'll win because you're more professional than I am, but it'll still be fun.
I'm just now back in the ring right now, just training for something. So it's only time will tell on that.
So your show is going once a week? Is that what it goes? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And everybody's like, man, I listened to your podcast. Like, did you remember when you said such and such? I was like, do I remember? I listened to it like 90,000 times before I gave it to y'all. Like legit, like I tell people, like, y'all don't realize how much effort somebody has to put into these things, especially the editing standpoint. That gets to.
Oh, I know the editing is tough. I mean, I edit a freaking
Just this one episode a week. I mean, it takes a little bit. It takes a little bit, but it's not as like so much crazy consuming as what it used to be. And promoting it's so much easier.
I found something that makes it really easy. It's called Clip Champs.
Yep.
It's worth every penny. Clip Champs is worth every penny.
Yep.
I mean, dude,
I've got a couple of those, man, and they make it so much. They make my life so much better, especially the StreamYard thing. Like they really do wonders with like how to save your videos and stuff like that. Huh?
Do you use TubeBuddy?
I've not heard of that one.
You should try TubeBuddy. That's one on YouTube, and it helps you find your SEO. That's how I did all my. You know how I was telling you how you type in Sushi Will 25 on Google, and you can find me, and it pops up. All my shit pops up. That's how I did it. TubeBuddy.
All right, so we're gonna have to start closing up a little bit. So, Will, any last shout outs you want to do? Also, guys, all the links are gonna be below. Check them out.
I do have
Go buy his shrimp sauce. Go buy his sauce. Go see this man. You will see him at Jaguar events, every home Jaguar event, right? Every home Jaguar event.
Too. If they
there you go. See,
you know,
hey, if you want to show the money, you can get the man. Like I literally will tell you, man, this is one of the hardest worker guys I ever met. Like I said, it's crazy to believe. Like we were in the gym at 2 a.m. to like now, like me coming back to my old hometown. Out of like 10 years from being away for like 10 years. I came back
at the same time as you. I came back in 2020.
It's so insane now. Like it's like crazy. The place is so different. It feels like a movie to me. Like it's like now you were that young dog. Now it's like holy cow. Like it's just that grind. But guys, go ahead.
Everybody needs to buy some of your gear, like your tank tops and stuff. That looks like some quality stuff. Now, I definitely want to represent. I want to wear some of your clothes because I love wearing tank tops. I wear one every freaking day, so that's sick.
You live in Florida. That's like glue on me. Yeah, like everybody knows me. I'm rocking basketball shorts or a tank top 9 times out of 10. Unless
I wish I could do that, but I can't do it all the time. But I mean, the tank tops.
It's a struggle.
Sick, and it's getting close to winter time, so I might grab one of your hoodies too for sure. Those things look comfortable.
Oh yeah, they're nice, man. They're definitely nice.
So, obviously I'll probably I forgot to mention this. I'm also doing 3 restaurants with NBC. We're going to be opening a restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to open a restaurant in Orlando and in Miami. Now, this is probably going to happen quicker than I want it to, but it's going to happen super quick and it's going to have our brand. I don't know the names yet. I'm sure we can talk about it again on another podcast or whatever, but this just happened like not even a few days ago. They're like, we wanted to do this. Right? We want it to happen. And we're going to have a specialty to-go box. I'm inventing my own to-go box for sushi to keep it fresh. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be sick. I already know what it needs to be.
Y'all see this, man. This man's one hard-working man. I call this man my friend Will Drakus, but if anybody knows him, call him Sushi Will. Whatever. He's got so many different names. Like, this dude has really made a difference just in a passion for something that he wanted to prove a lesson to people. Hey, white people can make sushi too. And now look at this man.
Don't be racist about it. Like, don't be disrespectful. Like, I never thought
this man has proven so much achievement. So, Will, I greatly appreciate you doing this. This was an absolute great track. You are more than welcome to, whenever you want to, we will set it up. Especially with your busy schedule, we will definitely try to get it going. Okay, there we go.
Because in February we'll probably be in stores with our sauce, and I'd like to talk about that. Obviously.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Also, guys, go get you one of those sauces. I gotta go get me one because I'm a big shrimp sauce fan, and I want to know the difference. I've been seeing the TikTok videos and all the promoting videos of it. You could eat it with French fries, anything, guys. You don't have to eat it with sushi or hibachi. You can eat it with anything. I've literally seen videos of people eating it with French fries
from McDonald's. That's crazy.
From McDonald's, yeah, from McDonald's. I mean,
it's got a really good
burgers, anything, yeah. So check it out. The link will be below.
More sauce coming out. Just so you know.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? But Will, I greatly appreciate.
All right, time to go home cute. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my boy Will Drakus for coming on today, having a good chat with us, talking all that crazy knowledge about sushi. Bro, I'm not even a fan of sushi, and it's so cool to see how big of an impact this has done in his lifestyle, just from a passion of him making a change, proving that a white person can cook sushi the right way and a good way, and elevated up to being Shad Khan's personal sushi chef. Wow, that's amazing to me, like crazy to me. And just see all those great memorabilia that this man gets every single week, man. That's super awesome, guys. The links will be below. Go buy that sauce. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm a personal believer to it. I just tried it. Oh my goodness, so good. I used to be a big fan of the shrimp sauce. I'm sorry. This sauce beats it completely, throws it out of the park. Like, oh my goodness, that sauce is so freaking tasteful. And the craziest thing is, guys, it's not that much in calories, and it's as sweet as it is, it doesn't even have that much sugar in it. Like, it's a vegan-friendly sauce. Like, I usually don't eat stuff like that, and it is amazing. Guys, you can eat it with French fries. You can eat it with anything. You don't even have to have it with sushi. You don't even have to have it with, hibachi chicken or whatever. You can eat it on anything with chicken nuggets, mashed potatoes, all that. Whatever you believe you want to eat it with, you can eat it with. It's so, so good. So check out the Amazon link. Check out the links below. Get you some of that sauce, man. That thing is amazing. Amazing. I will be buying way more. I bought 2 bottles just now. I will be buying much more when I run out. So yes, oh my gosh, that is so good. That is such a good sauce. My wife and kids love it. My 3-year-old don't even really care for sauces, and she loves this stuff. So shout out to Will on this sauce, man. Congratulations for taking this long to get that sauce out. It is going to be a major hit. I'm saying it now. Will's sauce will be a major hit. That thing is so freaking good. It's unreal. It's like a vegan-friendly sauce because it is just crazy how sweet it is, and it doesn't even have that much sugar in it. It's literally it's in your calorie number. Like, guys, I eat a deficit of calories a day, and it doesn't affect my macros. Is a big deal for me. So thank you, Will, for the sauce. Oh man, that was awesome. Man, you're going to make me lose my calorie count because I'm actually wanting to go eat something else with it now. But guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Hit the notification bell to stay in contact with all our platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Tumblr, and many, many more. Just type in Buzzing with Marlowe and follow us on all of them. Send us a friend request, whatever. If you want to, send me a friend request on my Facebook account. Let me know that you listen to the podcast or something, because I'm not just going to just openly confirm every single invite. You have to let me know either if you've watched the show, you follow the show, you follow the wrestling or something. Like, let me know how you know me. I can't just sit there and go, click, okay, fan, whatever. No, like, let me know before you send on these things. But you can follow me at Buzzing with Marlowe. You can follow me at Warren Marlowe. You can find me at American Prodigy. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter. Those are the 2 main platforms that I promote American Prodigy. That's the only ones. Facebook has been very weird with that since I started it. I used to have a fan page for American Prodigy when I was wrestling relentlessly. I don't think it's out there anymore because I wasn't really active on it after I basically stepped down. Because I think I did try to open it up recently. But, yeah. So, other than that, also, guys, let everybody know. I know everybody's waiting for the big anticipating match of me versus El Nino. I have been getting tweets, everything. But I'm also going to be in Thomasville, Georgia. That's right, guys. You see that guy right there. This is going to be a personal fight. I want to give a storyline of why this is about to happen. Because, guys, I was asked to wrestle at this event called Thomasville, Georgia. Actually, I wasn't even asked to wrestle. I was asked to show up and, greet everybody, say what's up, get my name a little bit, back out in the independent background. And needless to say, I was at the gym and I got attacked. And for the longest time, I thought it was El Nino, and I found out it was one of a good friend of mine. And of course, I should not have been shocked, even though I thought we let bygones be bygones. There's apparently a bitter pill on this guy still. That's right, guys. You see that man right there, less fortunate. One more time, me and him in Thomasville, Georgia, November 5th at the Thomasville Middle School. That's right, guys. We're going to have a bunch of NFL players there. We're going to have NBA players there. We're going to have WWE guys there. It's going to be insane of the lineup that we're going to have at this show. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a super, super awesome thing. The meet and greets are going to be amazing. When I was told that it was going to be a good amount of NFL players, I was locked in. That was going to be pretty cool. I think there were supposed to be 2 legends. I'm not totally sure. Don't want to say it and not happen, but it's to be continued about the legends from wrestling background. But other than that, it's going to be a stout card. My boys TRL are going to be in a ladder match. Those are really the only matches I can really think of off the top of my head. But this match right here, I never thought I was going to have another one with him. But now, personally, this is about to happen. And Wesley, I'm telling you right now, you thought you've one-upped me for the longest time. We're not in that company anymore, buddy. This time, this is on our turf. When I say on our turf, this is all us. This is a whole different demographic and stuff like this. This is going to be a big fight. And Wesley, I'm not that same rookie that you fought almost 7 years ago. I'm telling you that right now. You better be ready because I'm coming in there. I know you came out of retirement, and apparently you've had something around with me. You picked the wrong one, buddy. And El Nino, don't think I lost sight of where you are, man. Me and you will be coming close eye to eye real soon. But Wesley, I loved you like a brother, but you pissed me off. I'll see you in November 5th. You're going to see the red, white, and blue for sure. I promise you that. Also, guys, check out the PUWF every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And all the other days that they are announced. Also, guys, check out us on the Commission Talks. We are back again. We just had episode 1 of season 2 Wednesday, man. If y'all didn't check that out, that was a fun thing. We covered the top 10 pro wrestlers of 2022 in our eyes so far. And I think I liked our picks. I mean, some people got upset with my number 10. Some people got upset with, Dre's number 10, stuff like that. But it was a great thing, and we had our opinion. So, guys, check us out on the Commission Talks every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch us on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And also, guys, if we're on, it's an alternating thing. So say I was Wednesday, it's going to be on my show. It will be on Blackheart's week next week on the OTTR page. And then October 2nd, we will be on the 1130s podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling at Friday at 1 p.m. So got a lot of big up. Also, guys, I just mentioned them. Check out my boy, Mr. 1130 Podcast himself, guys. Papa Dre is back in the podcast world. He is back, ready to go. He will be starting back this Wednesday coming up. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. It was good to see him back on the commission. He had a big, bright smile. He was so excited. It was a lot of great times catching up, and it was just so much fun. Also, guys, check out my boy, Blackheart, on the OTTR Mob and Cyber Yeti every Friday night, guys, for talking wrestling, guys. Last week of wrestling, every single week. They do content every single Friday night. They're one of the most talked about podcasts every Friday night. Also, guys, check out my boys, Kofi Winston and Brother Love on the Dirty Heels podcast. They are on every week. Check them out. Check out my boy, Mike De Niro on the Wrestle DeLorean podcast. He's the champ, man. He's the champ. He's beaten me once. I mean, that was a good battle, and he's been crushing the competition since. Shout out to Mike De Niro. I acknowledge you, bro. I acknowledge you. You dominated that game. I cannot deny it. You had me. Also, guys, there's my boy Kofi Winston. He will be a guest pretty soon on the Buzzing with Marlowe podcast. I'm looking forward to that. Guys, we have got so much stuff going on. Also, guys, I want to give a quick reminder. Yes, I've already got the booking set up for me and El Nino. We will be announcing that next week. We will be putting that acknowledgement in there. We're going to get that all set up. He wants to put everything on a spotlight, so we'll showcase that next week, and we'll be announcing all that stuff. Actually, I'll be honest with everybody. I got the booking set. El Nino denied it. So we can let him talk about that next week or whatever. I don't totally know. I'm not giving him a full showing. I've had enough of him, and I'm just ready to get my hands on him and rip his throat out. So other than that, guys, that's it. I appreciate Will for coming on today. Check out the links below. Buy the sauce. Also, guys, check out our merch. Will just ordered his hat and tank top, guys. So shout out to Will on those. Thank you, man. Yeah. But this is another great episode of Buzzing with Marlowe, guys. And I will see y'all when I have more down the road.